You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Happy Monday. Man, I'm happy to have you here. I am my butt sore. Can you start a podcast saying your butt sore? I've been riding the motorcycle all weekend, okay? Got that Harley Davidson Road King on the road. It's Daytona Bike Week, and been kind of fun. Been kind of cool out there. Got a good tan, too. So today I want to talk about, riding a motorcycle is like my passion. I really like to do it. Been doing it all my life since I was 16. I bought my first bike, my Honda 404, and I've had many since then. But today, I want to talk to you about living your passion, and more importantly, how do you get there? Because life gets in the way day by day. You get up in the morning, and it's like, well, okay, where was I heading? And stuff happens. But how do you do it? How do you get, how do you take care of life today? How do you take care of what you want tomorrow? And how do you get from here to there? I'll give you an idea today, something I've taught for years and years and years, and people seem to resonate with it very, very well. I do this in seminar all the time. So I'll do the best I can today in about 9 minutes. How's that? Cool? It's a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, not your father's motivational show. Thank God, although I may be as old as your dad. Maybe older. That's kind of a scary thought, but that's okay. Come along for the ride. My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com, purveyor of Scott Logic, that mystical, magical force that is able to pretty much interpret anything that happens in the world by using a standard of reasonableness and sustainability. Pretty much. If it's not reasonable, it's not going to happen. And if you can't keep doing it, it's not going to keep going. Just see, there's Scott Logic. So if it's your first time, I know it might be too simple for you to understand. That's okay. Hang in there. Slow down. You'll get it. It's awesome. So on Mondays, we always begin the program by asking, have you done your homework? All that means is this. Sit yourself down today when the program's done. I mean it. Sit your butt down right now in the chair and ask yourself the question, how's my life going? And then be willing to take the answer. If it's awesome, all you have to do is figure out how to keep going that way. If it's not awesome, all you have to do is figure out how to go the other way. That's it. But at least you have stopped and said, all right, cool. It's not working as well as I'd like. What can I do? I have an idea. Let's download the Daily Boost podcast. Scott shall help me get there, and I will. Do your damn homework. All right, let's talk about this, what I like to call your bridge to passion. How do you get from here to where you want to go? How do you do that? It's a question you may find yourself asking yourself, particularly on the big adventures in life. as you get a little bit older in life, and if you're really, really lucky, and if I have my way in life and you're very young, I would like to jump in there and just turn your life into an adventure today. I did that. I actually made I've always been a bit of a renegade, but by the time I turned 40, I said, that's it. I'm staying this way. I refuse to grow up. I'm just going to learn and grow and be serious and have fun and see how many happy days I can string together in a row. I decided to do that. So if you would like to have that kind of adventuresome, happiness-filled life, you're going to have to ask yourself questions like, what the hell's going on here? So what I think is this. I think you need a bridge. In fact, how about a dam bridge? When I say dam bridge, I'm talking the Hoover Dam. Because a few years ago, I was at the Hoover Dam with my wife, Joy, and we were, was she my wife then? Nope. Uh-oh. We were off on one of those trips. Vegas and Hoover Dam. Not going to go any further. So we're standing on top of the Hoover Dam. It's a very cool place to be. Lake Mead out there in Mead in one direction, the Colorado River in the other direction. Below the engineering in that thing. It's just crazy how they built that. I don't know. It's just cool. But there was something more exciting. And it was the new bridge they were building above the canyon. It was way up there. It's there by now. It's been years since I've been there. So this has been there a long time. It's an old bridge now. But back then, the only way to get across the Hoover Dam was to drive across the Hoover Dam. Now they have the bridge. Well, I'm standing there and construction's underway. And I couldn't help but notice the process was the same as you go through when you get what you want in life. 3 elements to building that bridge. Because as I looked up there were 2 construction crews. There was one on the right building, one side of the foundation, a foundation for one side of the bridge. And then one on my left side, the other side of the canyon, the Grand Canyon there, building the other side of the foundation. And there were cranes that were standing by that were ready to build the span that went in between. So a foundation, and a span. And when you want something new in your life, it's pretty easy to stumble along, isn't it? But when you understand you have to build a bridge and a foundation to get where you want to go, that really changes things. Otherwise, if you don't do that, where do you end up? Well, you end up falling into the river below, crash, burn. How many times has that happened to you where you have not set your foundation in place? So let me talk about the foundation. There are 2 you have to build. I see this all the time. Number 1 is the current one that you live right on today, whether you like it or not. I don't care. Makes no difference. Certain things you have to do. It's kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You got to have your house, got to pay your rent, got to eat, got to have your family, got to have your social connections, all that kind of stuff. You got to have the basics covered. If you don't have the basics covered, you're not going to go forward. That's number 1. I know. I want to do it now. I got it. You can't. You got to get the foundation. It's not as hard as you think once you understand what you have to do. It's very simple stuff, but at least you got to make sure you're stable in your foundation today. Number 2, you got to build the next foundation. So what does that mean? It means that if you want to do something new, you got to make sure you have the skill set. Well, say I want to get a new career. Well, do you have the ability to do that? Do you have the knowledge set? Is there something you have to learn to get there? Do you have to go to school? Do you have to meet somebody? Do you have to move? What do you have to do? What's on the other side of this canyon of you where you want to go to? So you're building today's foundation, getting solid, and in your spare time, you're studying, you're researching, you're putting things in place, you're beginning to build the other side. Now, what's going to happen is, just like a bridge, as you begin to build this side and begin to build that side, you're going to start to put spans in that bridge. It's going to start to connect. And if you ever see them build a bridge, they build it from each side out. They don't go from one side over in most cases, particularly these big suspension bridges. They start on one side, then the other, and they start kind of bring it closer to the middle. And it goes close and close and close and close and close. And eventually, it is close enough to drop in that final span for you to make the leap. Eventually, it gets there. And that's really what you want to do. I've seen it way too many times. I know you want it today, but you know as well as I do, everything takes time. And the more you slow down and ritualize your life and take care of the basics in your life, and then look forward and make sure you have built a solid foundation on the other side, the more you do that, you know you don't want to wait a year or 2 to get there, but you also know the year or 2 will pass before you can even blink your eye. It just happens that way, doesn't it? It goes so quickly, so quickly. So think about that today as you go through this. Let me go through it one more time so you got it. I want you to build a robust foundation today. I do. That could be going to the gym. That could be getting in shape. That could be getting happy. It could be dyeing your hair or putting retin-A on your face. I don't care what it is. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you feel like you have to do today to shore up who you are. And then whatever you feel like you have to learn or do to get what you want tomorrow. Get that in place and get it going. Start moving in that direction. And then just keep going on both sides. Keep it going. And eventually you'll say, hey, look at this, I'm here. And I got news for you. There's going to come a time along the way when you have waited long enough and you'll say, you know what? I might not quite be there. I'm 70%, but I'm so solid on both sides. I'm going to take a leap of faith and get to the other side and just go. Oh my God. Too early is a false start. Too late is procrastination. Timing is everything on this. Build a strong, solid foundation. Be patient and let your momentum build. That's how you turn small steps into significant change. I've seen it way too many times, and honest, I'm one of those guys. I'm a spontaneous guy. I will just take on any challenge pretty much walks in front of me. I say, let's go. But I have learned over time, as one of those people that maybe you are, I'm going to take a breath and take a beat, make sure that I'm solid, make sure I know where I am with things. And not only does it relieve a lot of stress, eventually, over time, in the coming years, you'll find that you have built everything you wanted to and kind of layered it into the life that you want. Not to say you don't have it now, but if you're seeking a change, and most of us are growing in some way, so I know you are, that's how you do it. How do I know? It's solidly based in Scott logic. That's right. There's nothing more powerful than that. All right, well, tomorrow we'll talk about success that you can learn from a dog. You like dogs, right? They won't work if you just like cats. But if you like dogs, you'll like tomorrow's show.